Good job, Seth. Appreciate you. Always tearing out tears every time you talk to us. What do you say about my boo-boo, my wife? And how do you say this? Because we just had a big fight. I still got to apologize. But I'm the stubborn one. But when you look at my wife, and I remember not wanting to really involve her in the business because I was dating her for my personal life, not my business life. But I remember going to a PHPU type of event, and she wasn't part of the business yet. And I'm sorry, this is a practice company. And she was like, what do you mean you're going to be home at 12 o'clock at night on a Saturday? What type of business? Are you really part of a business? Train until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, please. I said, well, why don't you come meet everybody tomorrow? She goes, well, I guess I'm going to be there. I said, but by the way, you can't come unless you're an associate. And she goes, well, I guess I'm going to be an associate. I said, I flip open the laptop. She codes up. She goes, okay, I'm in. I'm like, goodness gracious. She wants to. And then she comes and sees that, that that's actually a business. And then she texts me later on. We're still at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And I remember sitting next to Rudy Ortiz. She just sends me a text. Babe, just left the house. In your fridge, you'll find it's filled with beer and a new bucket of chicken. And I'm like, I'm looking at this text. I said, she joking with me? I showed Rudy. She goes, bro, you better wife her up. You better wife her up right there, but she's taking care of you. And that's what she does. If there's anything that my wife does, she takes care of you. Details. Her favorite color is black and white because it's exactly what she does to make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. And my wife is looking at organizing and putting things together. There's not a lot of things left to say. So when we're seeing our company, our family evolve, it's because the organizational skills, the administrative skills, and the visionary skills that she has to also execute, not only in our business life, but also our family life. So I'm intrigued to bring my wife on and things that we have been able to experience, not only in our business, but also our personal life. We've been together now 11 years, married going on 9 in February. But to PHP, can you please welcome my wife, Mrs. Sheena Zapala. So, babe.
Oh, hey, honey, how's it going?
Very good. How are you?
That was a smooth way to say sorry. I was like, this is why I married you, because you got skills, sir. You got skills. Like, you're good. You're so good. But I love hearing everyone's stories, and I love the pictures. I have a surprise picture for everybody at the end. And Matt will be celebrating his 50th birthday, October 31st. And we're going to have a nice, fun celebration. PVD is going to be in attendance. The president of PHP, VP of Sales and Distribution will be there, as well as Gaines and Hart and Pelayo and our good friends, Rodolfo and Ceci Vargas, right? So it's going to be great to have everyone together. Yeah, it's great to have everyone here. So I wanted to share our story with some pictures and take you down that journey. And I have to start off with, you guys can see hopefully the screen now. I'm going to start off with where it started. So yes, this is moi. My older sister is a year and a half older than me, and most people think we're twins. If you've ever seen her on a company trip or even in PHP events, you think, wait a minute, that looks like Sheena. Yeah, that was my older sister. But I would always compete with her. And I was very good at being competitive. I would piss her off a lot. I don't know if that resonates with anybody, but I promise you, I've always been that way. And it was fun too, because growing up, everyone has this kind of spirit inside of them, and they just need a certain environment to bring it out, and it ends up being very valuable to what you meant to accomplish. And then for my husband, this is where it started for him. So if anybody thinks that Jordan looks like me, I just want you to know, it's not the case. This is mini Jordan in full effect right here.
What's going on here?
Listen, babe, the teenage picture is the highlight right here. You didn't want me to show the other ones. That's okay. I have a special place for those pictures. People are going to see it. They're going to see it. But you're a very cute baby. We made cute babies, so it was fun. So it's just cute. Look at the chunkiness. Look at the chunkiness. It's just cute. So here we were, two middle-class upbringings from two different sides of the country. I was born and raised in California. He was born and raised in Chicago. And fate really does know how to put that timeline together. I ended up in Chicago, first going to school in Pittsburgh, and then getting a job that landed me into Chicago, ironically running into him at a hospital that I was there for doing my work, and he was there visiting his mom. And we were both single parents at the time, and we were at that time where I believe God said, okay, now it's time for you guys to meet. I really do think if I would have met my husband in his 20s, it just wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time. So fast forward to when he was 38, I was 26, and we met and we bridged our families together. And we have both a different nature about us. His background is, of course, being a Marine. That is in his core. He doesn't say his birthday's October 31st. His birthday is November 13th. If any Marine out there, they know exactly what I mean by saying those dates. And then you have our blended family. So we have the twins, Melanie and Soleil and Ruben, and then my little boy, Jojo. And then I put Dudley there because he was a very important bridge to how my husband ended up meeting Matt. And it's a crazy story how fate really does guide you in certain things. I think people on this call, you were designed to be here in a certain way, and I hope you guys stick it out for the long run. But Matt's sister was in California, and she was working at a church where Pastor Dudley Rutherford was. And Dudley Rutherford said, hey, Matt, I want you to meet somebody that's very similar to you. And then, hey, Patrick, I want you to meet somebody that's very similar to you. And that was really the beginning of that connection. That was in 2009. But they weren't able to really connect in the business side. Ironically, that's when PHP started. It's so crazy how the timeline works out. We didn't come into PHP till circa 2015. And that's when our paths did cross, because I feel like that was the time for us to come into PHP. And you've heard the stories of Pelayo and Rodolfo and Gaines. They have been in this company before we came, and what they've been able to do in terms of setting that foundation. And as soon as we came in 2015, that was our time to take our role in what the company's going to do. And I think for a lot of people on this call, you have been brought into the company at this time for a reason. Everybody's brought into the company for a reason. And it's your turn to take part in what you're meant to accomplish here. The top left is our shared office space at Regis in One Tower Lane in Oak Brook, Illinois. Over to the middle center right here. This was our first big event, and this was the people that we brought to our big event. So it was 27 people in our breakout. I call it our breakout. We didn't know we were supposed to have a breakout. We weren't prepared for it all. No awards, no nothing. We just winged it. I was actually more interested in it. I could tell by eating a sandwich because that's what I was doing. But I will tell you, if this is how we started our very first year, anything is possible. That's what I want to say. Anything is possible.